Hi family!
Nice to see you here again. For those who have not subscribed to this channel, do us a second of favor, just as you watch the video, subscribe. And the notification button is also important, so you can get more updates from us promptly. So today, based on some of the concerns from the viewers, they would like to know if we are okay in distance relationship, or we were okay in distance relationship. How did we do it? How is everything going? And then there are a series of questions that comes afterward, but the main topic for this video is, do distance relationship really work, or how is distance relationship like? Based on how our relationship was going, how it went for the past 7 years and more months, over I think 7 years 3 months now, right? All right, so
And I will say yes, it works because we wouldn't be married today.
of course it does work, but is it for everybody?
It's not for everybody, and I will say that we are not here to convince anyone. It works for us, right? But guys, distance relationship is for mature people.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive and it's for mature people. If you are not matured enough to be in a distance relationship, first advice, guys, don't even try it. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, and then I'm saying it's expensive not financially, but both emotional and like on all grounds it's expensive. Because if you want to meet the person, you have to prepare your mind, yourself, get ready. And yeah, in the course of your preparation, money matters will also drop in. And like, it's expensive, just like we have expensive jokes, like it's too much, yeah. But in the course of distance relationship, things get expensive, like your feelings gets to a point that you need a person next to you, not for sex, not for anything, but also for like companionship. It's just difficult, like, but is it for everybody? Nope. This I would say it's not for everybody. So we will dive straight into the topic, does it work, and how we did ours. So
The seat is getting hot.
it's already hard because this is not an easy topic to talk about.
Yes.
So yeah, growing up, I never imagined myself in such a situation. Neither do I believe she also did.
Yeah.
It just happened, right?
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I remember growing up, oh my god, guys, I was really against distance relationship. When I see people chatting online with other people, being like, oh, I'm in love here and there, I'm like, you are crazy. And look at me today.
You're a victim.
Yes, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so we never imagined ourselves in this situation. But I think one of the reasons I found myself in this situation is I was shy. I was like, in Ghana, people say nana no, or like you don't know how to propose to a lady. Like, it's not like I didn't know, but I didn't have the courage to stand in front of a lady and just pour out my heart or my feelings for the person. And I think it would be more difficult if she was in front of me, or she was in my class or in my school, and then I meet her and I'll be like, this and that.
The
like,
sentence you
that's
said.
the sentence I said. Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't
Interesting topic, guys. I didn't even know.
I don't think I would have had that courage to say, but after a short time of chatting with her, I gathered courage. Even the text message wasn't easy, believe me. So I gathered courage to put in that text, and then we started, and then the journey was so beautiful, smooth from the beginning, and then it started getting worse. The
pleasure is getting worse.
So it started getting worse. I do miss her. we've never met. We're on the phone, text message. One thing like if she's not hearing from me, she's worried. If I don't hear from her, I'm just like the craziest person around the house. Like if I run out of internet connection, I have to go buy it as soon as possible. So it was just a crazy move that I did without thinking about it in the first place. As in, it's a distance. Are you going to handle it? I didn't think about it, but
it was the same with me.
When I fell for it, I couldn't go back. Like, you have to mature forcefully. You have to mature.
Yeah. You have to be matured. It's not gonna work without that.
Yeah. So I grew up forcefully. I decided to take decisions and matters upon myself and diligently execute them, even to the point where we had to get married. Like, I started 3 years ago. I started talking about marital matters with
3 years ago, baby. It was the beginning of the relationship.
No, it wasn't the beginning.
It was the beginning of the relationship.
I was saying it's my intent to get married to you in the future, right? But when I started making the moves, I said, why don't we go this? That was 3 years ago. I started making the moves that, why don't we this? Why don't we do this? And then it was drawing to the end of the year, and Corona, that was 2019, Corona started coming up slowly. So that was when you left here 2019, you left New York 2019. Yeah, after you left, we started talking about marital matters, or before you even came. I don't remember, but it was around 2019. So early 2020, we started, I was much more giving pressure that why don't we, I need us to do this. And the fight was back and forth all about marriage. It's like, I'm young, I have to build this, I have to finish like this and that, this and that. Oh my God, like I was going through the stress. And it wasn't like I was forcing her to forcefully get married to me or we should get married. But I was at the point that, what are we waiting for after 4 years of dating? Like, we know ourselves already, what else? And she wasn't ready. I didn't force her, like, but I always brought up the topic, right? And thank God for her, Corona came in, we couldn't travel, we couldn't make any decisions. And in those times, people were doing events in Ghana, abroad, with mask on, and we never wanted that kind of event. 2021 was equally the same, and thank God 22 came. 2021 ending, we said at all costs we have to start planning, and she was also into rescue. In 2021 ending of the year, she was already set up for it. So
I was ready.
She was ready. So we both came up with a plan. We started planning for our wedding, everything. 2022, we started making all the necessary arrangements towards our wedding. So, like I said, if you are for games, if you are for trying your luck, okay, let me see. Don't try this with a distance relationship. Like, yeah, so that's all I would say for now.
Okay, what I have to say is that distance relationship.
Say a lot so I can eat more grapes.
Hey! Distance relationship, he has said what works for him and how we got to where we are today, right? But there are so many things on the way, like, to get to where you are now, right?
Or where you want to be.
Or where you want to be, super important. As he said, if you are there for games or for fun, it's not gonna work because you are just there for games or for fun. You can also do it with someone who's with you, like around you, than going the extra miles, you know. But guys, distance relationship, you can't go in a distance relationship if you don't have trust. Trust. Guys, it doesn't matter if the person is with you or the person isn't with you. Trust is the first thing you need before you go into a distance relationship. Because here's the case, you don't see the person.
Right. I don't mean to interrupt you. If I have trust and I go into a distance relationship,
I'm talking about trust in the relationship, right? You're in a distance relationship already.
Why?
You are in it already, so you need to have trust in the relationship that you have.
Oh, okay,
I'm not talking about
that.
having trust before going into the relationship. You are in you are in the distance relationship already, and the things you need for it to work to get married is trust. Because here's the case: the person is not with you. So the only thing you have, or the only evidence you have, is what I tell you, or the trust you have in me, right? So here's the case: you don't trust me, and I don't trust you either, but we are dating. For example, he will be at work, I will be at work too. In our time when we met, I think that at that time he was in the university and I was in the school, right? And for example, you call him and you don't reach him. Like, how are you going to deal with that situation, right? If you don't get the person, you still have to trust that, okay, good, the person wasn't available, but when you are back, whatever you tell me, I have to believe it because that's the only evidence that I have, right? So first you need trust. And then communication. Oh my days. As he said, he spent a lot of money. Guys, I have to tell you something. Communication, super important, because I remember in the beginning of our relationship, we used to communicate a lot, guys, a lot. And I was so crazy when I didn't hear from him. Okay. Because I was thinking that, okay, I didn't hear from him, so what is happening? Are we still dating? Is he busy? Why didn't I hear from him, right? But funny enough, I didn't really think about the circumstance, like in Ghana, for example. First of all, he was a student. How is he going to gather all the money that he needs for the internet, for the, I don't know, credit for the phone calls, you know? Then also,
WhatsApp at the time didn't have video calls, and then we had to communicate on Skype, and those who have been on Skype before know how expensive Skype was.
And I didn't hear from you, I think, for some days, and I was thinking, okay, I didn't hear from him. I was worried, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to break up with him. I didn't hear from him, blah, blah, blah. And then I think some days later you came and you told me it was light or you didn't have network.
I think
battery.
Way back in school, our hostel, there was a heavy rain and a mango tree, or I don't remember the type of tree, it fell on a high tension and we were out of light for like a whole week. So we had to go to the campus, charge your phone, come back. It was just a stress.
Yeah. So communication is important in a distance relationship, and the trust. And as you said, it's not about the sex, guys. When you're in a distance relationship, your focus is on different things
altogether
than, like, I don't know, the affections. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, you know?
I mean, it's all, like I said, it all comes to the point for your reason for going into that relationship. So if you have seen a person, you are really into that person, I cannot live with that person, or I really want to go into a relationship with this person. What you have to do first is have that courage, and then build that confidence in the fact that, okay, I have seen Barbara, she's the one I want, nobody else. You build that mentality. Now you start taking things through with her, talking this through. If it's working for you, or you start setting boundaries and rules. Like we started with rules with our outfits.
And lots of
places that you have to go. Like, go ahead.
I'm not cutting you off, guys. We started with a lot of what?
Rules.
That's so true, because I remember when we met. For me, when I dressed, to me it was normal because I was living in Germany and he was living in Ghana. So like the kind of lifestyle that he has in Ghana is completely different than the kind of lifestyle I have in Germany, right? Exactly. So it's like we always had this misunderstanding when it came to topic like dressing and then like outgoing. Funny enough, he has no friends, or he don't have
Much
friends. I would say he don't have much friends. So for me, I was like, hey, how is it possible a person don't have friends? And for him, it was like, how is it possible like a person can go out every day? Or like, how can you just believe it like that? Like, you know, am I dressed and guys? So when you go to a distance relationship, like there are a lot of stuff you have to change. Exactly, or be ready to change, as you said. Yeah. It's the same when you are dating someone who is like closer to you, but I think it's easier to communicate it than when the person is not there, because here's the case: you don't see what I'm doing. You just see either a picture or like what I tell you. So you have nothing apart from what I tell you or what I show you, right? So yeah, it's super important too. Yeah. What else? What works for us?
I think one thing too that made things work is for the fact that we introduced ourselves to relatives that this is the person I have seen, or this is the person I'm going out with, and then you make every effort to make it work. Not like you are putting pressure on your own self, but because you know what you went in for. Because I wouldn't see her behavior and everything, and at least I saw something in her before approaching her. So I have no problem introducing her to my friends, family. That is the person, and this is the effort I want to put in to make her my wife. So if anyone knows her, or if anyone knows anything about her, they will just letting her know that, oh, you know this, you know that. I mean, not everybody will do that. Some will even give you bad advice that, oh, after all, everybody does this. Why don't you do this, this and that, cheats, this and that, what is this? Like, but if you focus on what you really need, or what you have, or what you want, yeah, nothing will stop you. Like in our case, a lot of downplaying, people looking down upon you, like, why are you serious? Like,
it's not gonna work. He's using you.
This and that, like.
Are you dumb? Hello, you're in Europe, he's in Africa. But hey, it works. And as you said, introduction is very important, because like this hide and seek and this
yeah, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke. Like when you don't go to you don't go into a relationship for fun, right? You go into a relationship with a purpose. So before you enter into the relationship, you know why you are in there.
You are.
So as you said, the introduction is super important, because it doesn't matter who knows. I'm not talking about going online and then being like, hey guys, I'm here and I'm this. No, but the family, like, that's so important, because like when they know it's like they are aware of what you're doing. Because sometimes, as you said, people do what? Downplay you, right? So like when they come to your family and be like, oh, Abna or Nana Kwame is doing this and that and blah blah blah, they'll be like, hey, we are aware. Yeah. And you get the support from the family. Yeah. And when they are aware, there is nothing like, you don't have to hide anything if your family is aware of it.
Mind you, this is what works for us. We repeat, this is what works for us. So I mean, sometimes the introduction you cannot even do in some homes. Maybe the father is a reverend minister, the mother is a deaconess, elder or leader at a church. Like they don't tolerate all this stuff.
It's still important you let them know what you are into.
Yeah. So like we said from the beginning, it's for matured people, like people with a reason, with a purpose. Alright. But I said, what do you that is there. If we should be need DTI.
But that's mentality alone with me, like I want to try and see if it's gonna work. Why do you want to try and see if it's gonna work? Put in the effort. I want it to work.
Because there's no perfect relationship for marriage. Like, so you not have it perfect. So if we're able to compromise on some stuff that you can't compromise, like I know the dressing from the beginning wasn't for me, but it's something I can work on with her. I know something like character, if she has a character that I can't cope with. The person has grown up already. It's very hard to change character, especially when the person is already grown and like old. they make their own decision. That is very difficult. But if you can go ahead. But something like the way she dresses, there are a lot of sweet, lovely, gorgeous outfits to choose from than almost exposing your body, right? So like she's dressed up now. She's looking gorgeous, like simple but gorgeous. You don't have to like bring this down to show your breasts, your bones, your stomach. I mean,
you're not into it, simple.
I'm not into it. Yeah. Some of you will like it, but remember when she exposes that, there's another guy. I mean, even if you dress in the like a nun, people will still call you. So, I mean, yeah. So that is what worked for us. That is what we put in the effort to come for, and we are here for it. My final words to this before I give her the opportunity to speak more is, it's something that if you really are a person who is about convenience, before I am if we are a person like that, it's gonna be difficult for you to go into distance relationship, because when you get to the age of having a companionship or affair, she's not conveniently with you. You either dive into porn stuff, or a girl who is already probably your friend, you talk matters with a person, they will persuade, put in some words, will give you second thoughts and that, and then you go in for convenience. And you may end up ruining your situation, because you will not make time for stuff that you should make time for, that like probably being on video call, text message moments with a person, like you call the person, can I call you back? That kind of all back and forth even shakes the trust and purpose of the relationship. So for now, this is what I would say. And then, do you have anything else to add?
What I'll add to it is that don't listen to anybody. If you know what you are up to, and you know that the person that you're in the long distance relationship with is for you, and you don't see anything wrong in the person, don't listen to people. And not everyone who gives you advice wants the best for you. Moreover, distance relationship is a thing that, I don't know, people criticize it a lot, right? Some believes in it and some like doesn't. Whatever the reason may be, you are in it and you know who the person is. So you have to know, okay, what kind of advice am I listening to, and like which one am I using for my relationship. So my last words, don't listen to people a lot, and don't talk to people a lot about your about your distance relationship, especially not when it's in the beginning, because like it doesn't matter. In my case, it was like I really trusted my husband and everything was perfect, like we were happy, everything was fun, until it started with, oh well, I would like you to marry my son. Oh no, I'm dating. Okay, where is the person? In Ghana. Oh, I'm going to Ghana. Let me go back to English. You are living in Germany or you're living in abroad and you're dating someone in Ghana. It's not gonna work. That person is gonna use you. So like that's the first impression you get. So no matter what, you start thinking about the things that people tell you, and you'll be like, so what if it's really like what they are saying, right? So guys, when you're in a distance relationship and you love the person, you trust yourself, you know the person is for you, and you are working out like stuff, and as I said, you know what you're up to. Just don't listen to anybody. Communicate with your partner. Trust yourself. And you know why you are in there. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
We made it. So, and there are so many people out there who have made it too.
Yeah.
You're not the first person.
So there is a saying that don't put all your eggs in one basket, but in this scenario, knowing your vision, you have to put all your eggs in that basket. If it crashes, let it crash. Yeah. That's why there's a term heartbroken or broken heart. It's fine. it's fine to go down, because if you don't go down, you cannot jump higher. If it works, then you put in the effort. It's better that way than dividing your heart into, or your feeling, or your intentions into two. That okay, my name year distance relationship. Now then I have one here. What if the one here works and the abroad or the distance one doesn't work? Then you have to explain yourself later on that I didn't know we had this and that. And then later
sorry, I'm not cutting you off. It's not only about the explanation. You have heard someone's feeling.
Yeah, you see that? And even aside hearing someone's feeling, like, you're not just being honest to your own self. Yep. So in the end, you have the person here, you have another one over there, like, you're actually playing. You don't have any purpose.
It's not even a game.
It's not even a game, but you are playing with two people. And then the one near to you will be like, don't test that lady again. Meanwhile, even the one here even came to meet the one that you were testing. Like, and then all your colleagues will be giving you ideas, oh, just take advantage, this and that. And like, it's all about greediness. That's why I saw some posts that we are over 8 million. The world's population is now 8 billion as of 2022, and about 50%, let's say 60-70% are women, and then the 30-25% are men, and the rest are kids and people in prison and mad and stuff. But for those with sanity, adults, almost everybody has a boyfriend or married. Or so if the men are less than the women and everybody has a boyfriend or girlfriend, that means people are already like into 2, 3, 4, like, you understand? So it's not accurate calculation though, but the point I'm trying to say is that we have people with 2 girlfriends, 3 girlfriends, dating this, like, just focus on one. If it crashes, you know you gave your best. Exactly. It didn't work. You move on to the next.
And you was truthful to your own self.
So in the end, you feel proud of yourself that because you are not truthful. When you see, let's say I was with Barbara and then I had another girlfriend next to me, and then because of one thing I did and I exposed myself, and Barbara got to find out, Barbara broke up with me and I get stuck with this person, I will keep stalking. Even if I don't stalk her, one day I'll see her probably in a better place and I'll be like I will not talk about the matters, but I'll regret myself, this and that. You see her with another person with a beautiful wedding and stuff, and you'll be like, oh, this was my ex, or this was
that could have been you.
That could have been you understand? And probably it could have been better, because they said 2 heads are better than one, but it depends which head you are putting yours together. Probably my head to Barbara's will be a B, but my head to yours as a lady may be an F, like something like that. It depends the head you are actually putting together. You understand? 2 heads are better than one. I'm down 14 and only bomb I am better. So that is it.
And then you to what you said with having one partner here and then like another one here and there. If you don't even take care, you're going to lose both of them. Like, okay, what if you fall in love with both of them? Or if you're not falling in love with both of them, but here's the case, they both love you, and now you have to decide. And then the other person comes to find out that you are having another person here. Like, you end up losing both of them.
You may not end up losing both, but the bitter person that you will lose, they take a revenge that you will regret.
That's one too.
Peace of mind is worthless.
Guys,
just have a peace of mind.
If you have the one who is correct or the right one for you,
it doesn't matter the distance,
the effort. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, you know you did your best, and as you said, you was truthful to your own self.
Absolutely.
And like, no one can come and judge you and be like here and there and this and that. You know what you went in for, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And you were in there. You know that you know the person. You know what you were in there for, right? So guys, that's our advice and how we made it.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, contributions to whatever we said, the comment is there for you. If you have any questions too, we have a sit-down video also about some of the questions some of you have asked in other videos as well. How we met. We are reserving that for special moment for special people who are already on the channel and who are coming. All right, and then yeah, we answer all those questions. I remember somebody asked a question, when are we having kids? I mean, there's more coming, guys, so
stay tuned.
And then we have more for you. We love you.
Thank you for watching.
And don't forget to come back, all right, and subscribe. Share the videos as well.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.